Welcome to Married to the Boss podcast. Here are your hosts, Mike and Mayra Harley.
Hello, everybody.
Hi, and welcome to this week's episode of Married to the Boss. I'm going to go ahead and dive in.
You dive in.
It's a short one today. We are doing a special, we're taking a break from what we're scheduled, excuse me, the program that we had scheduled, just because of the Thanksgiving holiday for us. And we wanted to focus this segment or this episode on mindful thankfulness, and just because it's so important to always be thankful. It helps the business as well as your personal life. What do you think?
I agree with you. So let's start with gratitude.
Okay.
Should we start with gratitude?
Sure.
Let's get into it,
Okay. Well, go ahead.
It's not just about being thankful.
Okay.
It's about appreciating all the good things that go on in your life.
I would definitely agree with that. That comes very natural to me, and I understand that not everyone has the ability to be thankful all the time. I'm one of those people that always looks at the glass half full, not half empty, unless it's a coffee cup. Anyways, but no, to get a little bit more serious, research has found that there are some benefits to your mind and your physical well-being when you focus on being thankful. So today we're going to provide some pointers on what could help you perhaps cultivate that mentality of gratitude. So
let's jump into it.
Okay, let's jump into it. So
go ahead. No. You.
I think this is good practice for you to practice your thankfulness.
Okay. And we do this daily, so this is just what we do. But
par for the course.
It is par for the course, not because I have a golf hat on, but it is. We every day we extend our thanks beyond just once a year. So Thanksgiving is a holiday, yes, but we are thankful every day. From having healthy kids to us having a healthy life to being able to do these podcasts on a regular basis, and we're just very, very. We just take the thankfulness, more daily than we do just once in a while whenever something goes good.
Oh no, absolutely. I mean, we find something to be thankful for. Thankful. I'm thinking of the golfer Titiku.
Holy cow! Don't say that too loud.
Anyways, we always, at least I do. I always find things to be thankful for, even in the smallest things. And that helps me in building my attitude of gratitude, especially when it is there's a verse in 1 Thessalonians 5:18, verse 18. It says you have to give thanks in everything, and that there's a reason for that. That's not in there because it's not useful or helpful. On the contrary, so I take that to task every day.
Well, we actually both do.
That's true because
Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, we do, and we try and we try to share that.
And we give thanks to the littlest things. We're not talking about thanks for the sun coming out today in sunny Florida. It's just
at our age, thanks for allowing us to get out of bed on our own accord.
I do thank for that a lot. So it's important to look for opportunities. We think, for you to volunteer and help those that aren't as fortunate. And during these times is the season to reach out.
No, and I really like that because volunteering really builds up your capacity to be thankful, because you realize it puts you into a perspective of gratitude because it shows you how much you have.
True. And I'm going to share one other thing because you know how I was and now how I am.
Okay.
I used to be thankful, but I wasn't really like you, a cheerful giver.
That's true. I'm not very cheerful.
And today I'm more than a cheerful giver. Wherever I see somebody that, you kind of feel for them because they are maybe a little bit less unfortunate, we try to provide and help in every way that we can. And that's just a great, great feeling not only just around Thanksgiving, this holiday, special holiday, yes, but throughout the year.
And I think it's great. I wish that most people would look for opportunities to go out and volunteer and help others who are in more need than they are, especially around the holidays. Thanksgiving is a great holiday to do that. There is a Pew Research, which is one of the statistical companies that I always go to. Is one of my go-tos. They have a they have a statistic that 5% of the people out there are celebrating Thanksgiving alone. So that in and of itself, if you have a significant other, well, in our case, husband or wife, or children or family or parents, grandparents, whatever the case might be, that's a reason to be thankful.
I think we're going to see 5% of those on the golf course tomorrow, because we can just look out the backside of our house and we're going to probably see a few guys out there all by themselves playing golf, and either their spouse or partner kicked them out of their house because they don't want them around cooking, or they're alone.
Well, hopefully it's because of
They
the
got kicked
first
out.
and the former, not the latter.
Yeah.
Because then I think it's kind of sad to be lonely. 5% of our entire population here in the U.S. is lonely, and that's a sad thing.
It is
very
sad.
sad.
Yep.
But the other thing is, on the flip side of that, if your house gets bombarded with family, we've had that before. Now that we're older, we don't have that much, that many family visiting, probably because we all got older. But hospitality, on the hospitality side, you want to make sure that you also show your gratitude for the family for taking the time to come visit with you. And I mean that sincerely, because we get the same response from our families when we go visit, like your sister or your sister-in-law. They always, they just roll out. I don't want to say roll out the red carpet, but they just make us feel so welcome. They set up, like the last time we visited with your sister, they had a little basket of, just amenities. It was just so sweet and just made us feel so welcome, and that feels so good. It just makes you appreciate family more. So if you make your guests, or your family members in this case, feel at home and welcome, they really, appreciate that. And also, one of the things that we like to do, like with your sister, so is plan outdoor activities or some kind of activities that maybe you do it as a annual tradition. Of course, I'm hoping that this would be a nice annual tradition, and that's play golf.
That's true. I mean, who wants just to honestly just go to someone's house and sit on a couch, do nothing but eat and feel like you've overeaten, and then you fall asleep, and that's just, to me, that's just not fun around the holidays when you're with family.
Oh, absolutely. And having something like a goal when you get there, it makes the experience of getting there even better, because whether you're flying to get there, that's very stressful, or driving to get there, that's, I don't know which is worse, driving or flying. I think it's only worse driving if you have kids in the back, like we did. And that same research company also found that 89% of the population here in the U.S. is going to be driving. That's a lot of people driving. A lot of people exhausted, and a lot of people frustrated getting to wherever they're going to. And so making them feel warm and at home when they get there, it's a nice gesture and a nice way of starting the Thanksgiving holiday.
Yeah, and when you think about it, because when you have a choice between flying and driving, I used to say flying, but flying today is just such a headache, such a challenge.
It is.
Then again, I'd rather drive, only because there's flexibility. The problem with driving is there's so many maniacs on the road, so the risk is much more likely to have potential accidents on the road than you will in the air. So it's,
You have to
chicken or the egg.
Yeah, you kind of have to pick and choose whichever is going to be the lesser of both evils. One thing that I'm always very aware of with family is the type of conversations that are going to come up at the dinner table. I don't know about anybody else, but I cringe if the subject of politics comes up. Anything else, I can handle, but politics, I like to keep that to myself. But I think that if you're the host, I think that if you try and circumvent those types of, I don't want to say toxic topics, because maybe in your family it may not be toxic, but I don't know of any family in the United, at least I know I don't personally, that does not have a mix of political views. So it's always better, in my humble opinion, to keep politics off the table in this case. So maybe either come up with some creative ways of getting conversation topics started on something other than politics. That way, the conversations at the table can be meaningful and engaging, and not feel like, like, oh my gosh, I don't want to, anyways, it's
That's why they have, every channel has parades.
That's true.
On Thursday morning.
I love that.
Into the afternoon. And the other, and think what's after the parade.
Football.
3 football games.
Especially your team.
Right. Yeah, but I don't know if they're my team this year, but 3 football teams. So you wake up, have a big breakfast, and
I like to do mimosa before the breakfast.
Yeah, you gotta have a little liquor before you with your breakfast. But then truly parades, football, which goes into the wee hours of the night.
Yeah.
It keeps you busy, and it keeps your mind busy, and it keeps you off of whether it's politics, whether it's religion, whether it's your beliefs in whatever. You keep that stuff under the table, under the carpet, whatever you want to call it, on a holiday.
Definitely. Anything that's not...
It's not worth it.
Yes. If anything that we leave you with anything is, it's not worth it. Talk about whatever is going, the weather, work, school, football, parade, anything other than...
And I like to call it drama. I mean, the one thing that we just stay away from is drama. Someone else's drama, we don't really have drama, but to hear people talk about all their issues and, oh my gosh, what is the newest one? Oh, it's the climate. Let's just talk about the climate, that it's 85 degrees in Florida in November. Well, it's not the first time it was 85 degrees in November. So but if people just want to talk about things, they'll just talk about things just to talk about them. It drives me crazy, personally. So that's stuff that you just want to, that's not a day to bring up issues.
True.
In any country.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Very, very true. So to try and change the subject now...
Yes, let's do that.
We should also recommend that you focus on things beyond the Thanksgiving table, just to make the whole holiday as memorable as possible. Some of the things that we did years back is that was always memorable to all of us within our immediate family was a fire pit in the backyard. We always did it at Grandma's house, and it was just fun to have all the kids, uncles, everybody, the whole family just gathered around the fire pit and just talk about funny stuff.
Yeah, I mean,
so
you just talk like nothing comes up crazy. You just talk about something that's going to make someone laugh.
Right.
There's nothing, to me, it's like being around a fire pit and you're just chilling with family. That's a good time.
Yeah, and that was tradition for us, of course.
Cheap too.
Oh, very cheap. Especially if you have a huge family, like we had so many kids in the family. They're all grown and anyways. But it was just great. One of the things that we did, part within our family nucleus with our boys was we used to do we would, of course, outside of going to a church service, we would also do the food thing. Remember when we would, the church that we attended at the time. Yeah, we would volunteer to put the food stuff together for like a third world country somewhere.
Oh, hundreds and hundreds of little bags of rice and
whatever.
How to wear a thing over my head to protect the hair from falling in the rice. Look like a goofball, but it doesn't really matter. You're there to help others.
I look like the lunch lady.
You did.
Being Hispanic, of course, that didn't help it.
You look like you worked for me.
I know I did. People still think I work for you.
No, it's possible.
Okay, whatever. Anyway. But no, just exploring the traditions, like we mentioned, whether it's something in your backyard that you do every year or some kind of community outreach, just anything that you can think of that's going to encourage an attitude of gratitude. And I
like that.
Yeah, anything that's going to an attitude of gratitude. And there's a word in Greek called eirene. It means what it does is when you focus on things that will build that attitude of gratitude or thankfulness, mindful thankfulness, it gives you this feeling of an experience of peace beyond understanding. And that word in Greek, eirene, it means to join or to tie together as a whole. So it makes you feel whole. And I think that's the reason why I love that feeling so much. I'm just a natural, thankful person.
I'm not even going to ask you how to spell that. Sounds like edamame to me.
I know it does.
So.
I know. Don't ask me to remember. I just remember, the only reason I remember how to pronounce it is because it's very close to my middle name. So I'm not going to tell you what that is.
Okay.
Anyways, so I guess because this is a different off the cuff, we just wanted to say thank you and
Yep.
we're thankful for your time.
Yep, absolutely.
And as we sign off, we just hope that you and your family focus on the blessings around your table. For example, the food. I've got my little prop here. The food that you have on the table.
But
It's my prop.
That's a plastic pumpkin.
Okay, it's my prop.
Okay, well, I guess we're eating pumpkin for...
Well, it's Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving. Pumpkin.
It's food.
Okay.
So
All right, pilgrims, I got it.
Be thankful for the food on your table.
Yes.
Also, be thankful for your family.
Oh, boy.
Your family beside you.
I can't wait to see what's after this.
And then last, but most important, be thankful for the love between you.
Ooh. Oh, my gosh. Just got a tingle. Tingle.
Oh.
Not tinkle. Tingle.
Okay.
Anyways, now we just wanted to do a real quick one on thanking all of you for watching, and hopefully you're getting some good stuff, value added out of the podcast that we're putting together. We're going to have a lot more coming in through, over the next year on just personal experiences that we're going through, and or other ways of just offering, good advice to help you in your business, especially, again, Married to the Boss is all about couples. I mean, you could be single watching this, but it is really about couples working together. And as some of you may not have heard before, but we have been working together since 2009. So that's 15 years of working together side by side, 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. And that's a lot. Some of you are probably shaking your head saying, heck no, that's not going to happen with my other half. But, it's if you can really just focus on fundamental things, whether it's just like communication between each other, right? There's just fundamental principles out there if you follow that you can enjoy working with your partner. And she is my partner in the house, partner on the golf course, partner. I'm not going to go there, but you know what I mean. So anyways, we just want to thank you.
Yes. And I want to thank you for your time. And also, I just want to say it out loud that I'm thankful for Golf Week.
You are?
Yes. And I'm not talking about the magazine either.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about golf this week, tomorrow and the next day, and possibly the day after that.
Tomorrow.
Tonight, well, not
we're
really
going
golf,
to Top Golf.
but it's close enough.
Tomorrow,
okay.
Friday, Sunday, Monday. There's going to be a lot of...
yes.
The thing is about golf, even though some of you may not play it, but the bond that we get out on the golf course, we don't talk business, but the bond that we get out there, we might bounce an idea off each other, but it's really good to have that connection. So,
Plus it helps us practice encouraging each other too.
And patience, and you control your temper. There's a lot of things.
We should probably do a podcast around that whole thing.
I think we should do it on the golf course.
Okay,
we should film it.
I am game.
So they have an idea of
I am all for
what
that.
it's like to go on a golf course with us.
Well, we're definitely gonna do that in the spring because I'm excited. Well, we're in Florida.
Yeah.
It's any time of the year.
It's spring all year long.
Okay, but so we'll squeeze it in there.
We will squeeze it in there.
The sooner the better.
Yeah.
At least I think so.
I agree.
Anyways, so everyone, happy Thanksgiving.
Yep, happy Thanksgiving.
And have a great...
If you're in the United States, have a great holiday. If you're outside the United States, just be thankful for everything that you have.
Yes.
So okay.
That's it.
All right. See ya.
Bye.
That's this week's episode of Married to the Boss podcast. Please join us next week for another episode. Thanks for listening.